Welcome to Transformations with Tara. This is Tara Sutphen, and my guest and co-host today is Jason D. McKean, and he is the voice of over 1 million Om recordings throughout the world. And usually I'll list some of his albums.
Well, why don't you?
Yes, why don't I? Okay, so it is Om Eternity, Eternal Om Serenity, Om Beats, 108 Sacred Ohms, Cosmic.
Om Cosmos.
Om Cosmos.
Om Shiva Shakti Namaha.
Namaha.
And you forgot like the most famous of all.
Well, one of them that's very, very popular is Om Sanctuary, right?
That's right. Om Sanctuary.
Okay. And then he has a list of Om meditations as well. So
That's right. That's right. For calming, for finding ways to release anything that you're holding on to that it's time to let go. And it's it's like a lot of stuff there on Spotify under Jason D. McKean. There's all of the Om albums, and my website, Jason D. McKean.
Yeah.
And you have like a lot on Spotify as well, as far as your meditations and
are they and podcasts. Yeah, I mean, I'm on Spotify. TerraInsight.com has a lot of my meditations on them. And so yeah. And Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, Apple, Amazon.
Radio has us. I mean, we go out. We're actually, I'm gonna let you know that we are of the top 10% of the 3.5 million podcasts. Jason and I are up there.
Woo.
Yeah, top 10%. I'm so happy. Yeah, congratulations, Jason. I'm so happy that we're doing this, and
congratulations,
everybody
for you
listens
too.
in, and thank you everybody for listening in and having fun with us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, and it is fun. It is fun to explore. Metaphysics, to to be a practitioner in this. It's serious work, but it's also, I think we're always exploring new territory in it, and we're always deepening our own understanding of how the mind works, the human mind, how motivation, how that works, what people do for themselves, the potential that they can open up to, and it's a roller coaster ride for us, for a lot of people in the world.
Right. Well, life is a bit of the wild toad ride, right?
Yeah. And how do you write it? Do you like say, well, I'm going to go up to the front seat. I'm going to like just keep my eyes open. I'm going to throw my arms up and just have, the time of my life. Or do you like go to the back of the little cars there and just like kind of curl up in a fetal ball and just like, make it stop. It's like, how do you ride life? It's like you do have a say in how it is that you show up in it. And there's just lots of stuff that happens. We experienced an eclipse, like was that last week already?
Yes, it was on Monday.
Oh, Monday. Okay.
Yeah, solar eclipse. Yeah, they called it the Great Solar Eclipse.
Yeah.
Because it was at 19 degrees Aries. And that's an aspect of traveling. And so therefore everybody traveled toward it. And it was change and compulsion. It had a lot of meanings with that aspect. And so everybody was very curious. It sparked their curiosity. And yet, there were some really crazy things that happened, and they weren't all good. with the solar eclipse. And but that's because people kind of oddly panicked that it was a bad thing. And I have studied, everybody knows, I studied the moon cycles for 30 years now, and I've done all the moon rituals for, gosh, 25, and written about the moon since probably about 2004, 2005, where I really started writing about the moon and its phases. And I would do rituals on the full moon and the new moon. And so solar eclipse is a new moon phase. And new moons are when all the waters of the world are actually calm. And so the eclipse coming in is usually there's some kind of gift coming towards you. And so many people that I know, a lot of my clients, even our sister, they got a lot of money on after the eclipse, on the eclipse day and after the
Our
eclipse.
sister got money.
She got money
I'm
and a
calling
lot of
her.
gifts, a lot of
I'm
gifts. It
calling her
wasn't
like
just
right
money.
after this.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like,
you butter her up.
hello, sister. I love
Right.
you.
Right.
My birthday's coming up in a few months.
Yeah, only what, 4 or 5 months, but hey,
Hey, that's more time to
that's a good
plan,
start.
right? It's like,
Anyway, so yeah, so the thing is, the solar eclipses, the lunar eclipses, ooh, when I really try to plan on what I want to get rid of, because you really have to be in the resonance of when all the waters of the world are in turbulence, all the waters are turbulent. And that's why some people kind of have moon madness. And because the lunar eclipse is the full moon, and the full moon can be, really quite auspicious with that
yeah,
lunar eclipse going through it.
yeah, and we're made up of 70% water. So, that's to
It's maybe
say,
a
oh,
little
well, that
to
doesn't
do with
affect
it.
me.
Which is really
Yeah.
interesting. They say that the blood really doesn't, get too excited about moon madness. But there are those people who are certainly, So whereas I get excited, I'm just, the moon, the energy of the moon. It's just fantastic. But the lunar eclipses I am very careful of. So it's the solar eclipses that are the great, beautiful gifts.
Yeah, well, it's like it was very impressive to see so much in California. It was, it didn't like get dark, it didn't like do any of that, but
No, because
seeing the photos and all,
yeah,
it was
it only
it was
clipped us.
really, really cool.
Yeah. And did you see that the new moon, as it's coming up now into the moon, as we're waxing into the full moon, it's now just a smile. It was so
Hmm,
beautiful.
hmm.
Love it. So everybody look up. It's a smile right now.
Yeah, it's been overcast here. It was
Oh,
it was overcast. It was raining a little bit,
yeah.
so I didn't see it.
You didn't see it,
I
but
didn't see
yeah. Well, the night before
it.
it was a
It was
smile.
smiling at you. The moon was just like, hello, I
Yeah.
see you. Lots of love.
I came out of a restaurant and it was like, oh my God, look at the moon smiling at us.
So, so color. It's like
Color therapy.
you offer like what is it that you offer in terms of like color therapy?
Color chakra therapy. Yeah,
And,
I do a little class. I mean, it's going to be once a month now that I'm going to offer it.
mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, at the center. We have a center. Yeah, Jason's going to be working out of the center. I'm going to be working out of the center, and it's uh and then I have a treatment room too. Jason,
That's right, for
hypnotherapy as well in there.
hypnotherapy, past life regression, future life progression. Um, just I mean, look at our websites
Yeah,
to
I
uh
can mention
to
it.
see the services.
It's been great. Love it. I love that. I mean,
Yeah.
Jason and I love that room. It's a great treatment room.
Yeah, it's in the Los Angeles area, so
Yeah.
you have to contact us. But
Yeah.
color therapy,
Yeah.
right?
Cause we're not hanging out there all the time. So, it has to be an appointment where we're meeting each
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Busy people can't just hang out anywhere.
yeah. Right. Color therapy. So, Jason, let's talk about what the colors mean.
What's
And
so
then,
important about color?
yeah, what's important about color is, do you dream in black and white or are you dreaming in color when you dream? See, I always dream in color.
Yeah,
I
I
do
dream
dream
in
in color.
color. Yeah.
Yeah, where some people don't dream in color, they only dream black and white. And the only time I saw black and white, I have to tell you, is the dogs always sleep with me in my bed, but this was a couple of years ago on my ranch. And I'd be down at in Calabasas taking Ghost and the dogs, Ghost and Bentley probably, Beanie, through the neighborhood in Calabasas when it was Christmas time because they decorate the for Christmas like so great. And we would walk, and I'd like, oh my God, look at those lights, I'd make over it and might be like me and Caitlin Teresa, that, us as girls making over the lights. And so Ghost's head was touching my head on the pillow. It's like, oh great, we're cuddling that close. Anyway, but yeah, his head was touching mine. And all I was dreaming, maybe his back behind me on the pillow and touching my head, but anyway, he was touching my head. And I remember I was dreaming and I was dreaming in black and white. And I was dreaming about walking through the neighborhood, oohing and ahhing over all the colors. And in my mind, it was like, well, yeah, but where's the colors? Where's the colors? I was like, oh, what's that? And I realized is the dog was dreaming and I was probably just, picking it up.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, anyway.
Did you dream that you're finding nice things to eat on the
Yeah, right
ground?
along the way. Oh yeah. No.
That's an interesting smell. Huh.
Right. Right.
Investigate
Well,
that.
that's their big thing. It's smelling everything, Well,
Yeah.
no, I didn't go that far. It was just through the site and I thought it was really interesting. It was black and white. But I don't know if it was because it was the two, because they say that animals don't really see color, but I'm not sure if that's entirely true because we know that the horses and they have diurnal eyes, but they can see pretty much color because we know from Candy Cane Cooper, she does color therapy with her horse, and her horse picks out cards of what color she says or what color, you know, she can say red and she'll pick red. Yeah. And it's not the shape, it's the color. And then a ball would be red, say different things.
Hmm. Hmm.
And she knows what red is and different colors. So she's like experimented with all that. Letters, she's tried to help create her to be a reader. And it's really fun to watch actually. Yeah. And she has YouTube videos, but she's a very big pet psychic in the world.
Hmm.
But I do love to watch her work.
What's her name? Candy Cane Cooper?
Candy Cane Cooper, and her mom gave her that name, and she's an Aries. She wasn't even born in December, but she was her her youngest child. And so yeah, I guess she wanted her cute little name. And she's a darling little person. So yeah. Beautiful girl. She's beautiful.
Awesome.
Yeah, and a really great subject. Anyway, but it's just interesting to watch her work with her horse. It's really fun.
So yes, to answer the
Colors.
question as far as dreaming in color,
Colors.
um,
Yeah. So yeah, so colors, vivid, you get into a vivid life. And so when you're doing your therapy, like past life therapy, don't you see it in color as well? Or do you see
uh,
it at all? Some people just sense it, some people know it, some people are hearing it.
I would say that, like my own experience of it is a combination of things.
Mhm.
Sometimes there's snippets. Sometimes there's
Mhm.
the visuals that will, sometimes it's vivid. Sometimes it's more, just kind of flashes.
Mhm.
Um, sound is important
Mhm.
to me.
Yeah.
But most of all, it's a kinesthetic knowing. Um, it's just that that sense of knowing, and that's like the kind of the permeating layer, and then the others are supplemental.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
And interestingly enough, that's kind of how it is for tarot reading too.
Mhm.
Like being in that intuitive space. It's like that's like my process, and that's not everyone's process. So how someone might react to certain colors, some people cannot visualize colors. When I've done these preparation meditations for doing past life regressions and stuff, it's like, okay, now visualize, the color red, let's say. um some people will, they cannot visualize a color.
Yeah.
And even if it's an object, it's like I just can't. But they may have a sense of feeling, like maybe an apple, or a red ball, or seeing something that or feeling, right? Having a sensation of an object that is of that color. And that's it's really fascinating, that again, our abilities. And if someone is like really attuned to color, then color therapy can be really powerful for them.
Mhm. Yeah. Color therapy, well, they're finding that all these lights now, and the light and sound therapy is really what can cure you a lot too. So, it just helps bring your body into kind of more um, alignment. Because, our cells we have so many cells. I mean, they're all have, it's almost like they have a mind of their own. Yeah. Yeah, but it's that we have this living body, and it all has to
What?
work in
That's
tandem.
crazy talk. A living body.
All right.
That, now I'm scared.
Lives on its own without your brain. Yeah.
Oh, it's like our DNA, it is a thing, right? As far as, we we don't like think ourself to grow, right? We don't, like, it's like, okay, don't bother me, I'm growing right now, I'm concentrating on regenerating my cells, right?
Yeah.
So it's like that's not a process
No,
that is like part of our consciousness. And if we are doing
it's
that,
part of mine.
then stop it. It's
Oh,
like,
I do.
focus on something else. Do something more productive. Then it's like, okay, I've got to, like, make sure that, I'm unless, I mean, healing is one thing too, right? If we have like an injury, right? If like Sue the other day was like stung by a bee,
No.
and it leaves like a welt, and it's like you start to itch like crazy. And it is a thing to mentally just kind of like focus on not scratching, right? So that you're um able to just shift your attention, and not get into that place of like, I need to scratch that, you know um so yes, there are things that we can focus our mind towards, but again, our body, it has it's constantly like blossoming, in new areas. I mean, it's like we are not the same person that we were when we were born. All right. We started off as, a seed basically, and we just kind of keep unfolding, these layers, you know.
Is it like an onion?
Um, I mean, it's kind of, from within to
Right.
without, right? As far as, y- you
Yeah.
know, uh, that process, but it's also, you know, it's not just a conscious one, but when we can be conscious of it, you know, of this change, then, you know, we can resist it less too. You know,
Right.
we can resist, um,
Yeah.
you know, how things can change. Uh, I'm just thinking of that old, you know, Brady Bunch song, you know, when things begin to change. And if anyone's older, they can go, oh my God, stop. Um,
Right. Go ahead, sing it for us, Jason.
no, it's just Peter Brady's voice was cracking during the
Yeah.
during the chorus of that.
How cute is that?
So back to color.
Cute man.
How can color help to, like, you know, if someone comes in anxious, right? It's like,
Mm.
are there colors that you can bring about in a therapeutic way that will help someone to
Well, maybe
calm
if they're,
themselves?
yeah, if nothing else, to help. I think that all hypnotherapy, any sort of hypnosis usually calms somebody down because you're starting to go back down instead of being that, "Ah, what am I doing?" And people are freaked out about their circumstances, their problems, their issues, their, phobias, whatever it might be,
Yeah.
pain, pain and suffering. So the thing is that when you start to work on it, and listening to the resonance of things that are going to calm you. And so if you visualize along with it, sometimes colors can be the easiest thing to visualize. And that way you're not feeling like you're having to work at it. You're just going with the different colors and you can get into it and it's easy and it's soothing and all the colors mean something, like yellow is usually for your intellect and for, smart, how smart and how you're gaining wisdom. And so that's kind of fun, so, somebody wants to work on their yellows. Gold is, of course, attainment. And, uh, and then you have green. Green is actually supposed to be love. So it's connecting to the
What? It's not
core.
red?
Well, red is passion, very passionate.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and it's a romantic, and it can
Like an Eros
be
kind of love.
sensitive, but sometimes red can be um overly sensitive, like reactive. Like red can be it's a very passionate color, but red is a very angry color too, because that passion can go either positive in a positive direction or negative direction. So you don't want to necessarily bring, red is like your energy level. If you have a low energy level, you want to like visualize some red.
So if a person comes in, right, they're looking to, you know, work on their anger issues. It's not that you have them visualize red so much,
No.
right?
Well, no, but red would be part of it. You bring your energy level back into its constructive phase. So it has to be constructive energy, constructively going forward. You're making progress in your life. But if you bring it in with the rest of the colors, then it's easier to manage red, because it's a management. Because, purple's with red and blue usually make purple. So the thing
Hmm.
is that that's your mind. The blue is all about your, what you're looking up toward your goals and your spirit. And then, um, but purple goes into like more of the master contact. So it's all about, really the universe and creation. There's a lot of, fun things with.
That's my favorite color is purple.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a very deep, it's like mysterious color.
Yeah, I
Everything that's
like it.
hidden meanings. You want the truth. You want you want to explore purple.
It's it's something that feels like it has like a, a spiritual aspect to it, and physical too. You
Mhm.
know, like I guess all the colors do. You know, if you like, just it's kind of like, you know, the tarot, where it's like I tell students, you know, there's no good tarot cards, there's no bad tarot cards, it's all information, right? And
Mhm.
to say that, you know, oh, that's a bad color, you know,
There's no bad color.
maybe it's a, like in a fashion sense, maybe, you know, we have our good
Mhm.
and bad colors that, you know, don't go with our complexion, or, you know, like I think I look terrible in yellow.
Yeah, I don't look so hot in yellow either.
so
Although
so
unless it has a white yellow, then I'm better. But yeah, well,
I'm okay in white. I'm not okay in yellow though, like kind of a bright yellow. It's just like I think that it doesn't like fit my
I'm happy though, you know. I mean, some people look gorgeous in
yeah,
yellow.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, so I wish that I could wear more yellow and orange, but and I did, you know, I have over the years. You know, I won't care. I'll just go ahead and wear it.
Do
But
we have phases in our life where we're just kind of more attracted to certain colors, or where, you know, we'll just kind of have them around us to empower us in some way?
yeah, well, I like a lot of turquoise and stuff. But yeah, and that's a healing color. It's supposed to be healing.
Mhm.
Hmm. But yeah, but I can't do too many golds or yellows either. Orange. I have to go towards the jewel tones like red, green, and black. I look good black. Black is supposed to be an elegant non-color, but it also is it's about power. You know, it's a powerful color or a non-color. And then white, of course, is then you're going towards the purity, and you know, remembered like snow. Remember when we were kids, Jason?
No, I've blotted that out. Yeah, I do remember.
That snow, gorgeous, gorgeous when everything's white. Mm. But you know, some
It's
people think it is harshness. Like,
it was, yeah. You know, it's one thing if you're like behind like a picture window, you're inside, there's a fire roaring in the
oh yeah, have a
fireplace,
good
and then it's
book.
like you're looking out and it's like,
See?
oh, that's beautiful. But when you're out in it, you're going, oh my God, it's cold.
Mhm.
Let's go back into the fireplace here. Not
Mhm.
into the fireplace, but you
Right.
know.
Yeah, and they say like, you know, gray, it's a little lack of emotion, you know, it can be kind of like confusion.
Mm.
And yeah, brown too is a bit of confusing. You know, but
But
I like
it's
brown,
earthy though too. You know, it's like
earthy.
you know, like your greens and browns, you
Yeah.
know, can be where you're into the material.
Hmm.
Uh you're focusing on the physical and the natural aspects of the physical.
Hmm. So I really think it is really nice to have it in therapy because I do a lot of like chakra clearing and chakras. If you're not familiar with chakras, you know, it's the energy centers in the middle of your body. So, you know, your crown chakra, your, um, you
Third
know,
eye.
third eye chakra, your throat chakra, your heart, your solar plexus, your abdomen set, you know, in creation there.
Yeah,
And
your sacral and your root.
that's right. And your root. Your root is very interesting as well.
What's interesting about teal, right?
Yes.
Just to like you know, bring that up, it's like a combination of your blues and your greens, which is, you know, like this area, right? You're in
Mm-hmm.
between your throat and your heart,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you know, it's like that part of how it is that we express ourselves. You know, it's important to be able to you know, speak truth to power, to be you know, kind, compassionate, loving in your words. um you know, that's interesting.
Yeah. And it's one of my favorite colors. And it's a communication color.
Hmm.
Yeah. Which I find fun. Yeah. Very fun. So I wore my favorite color.
Well, I wore mine, which is gray.
Oh,
Well,
good. Murky.
no, I
Yeah.
said it was
No,
purple.
gray is a nice color to wear as far as on clothes, I think. And I like it on walls and on social media stuff, I find it easy on your
It
energy.
is kind of a neutral,
Yeah.
like as a fashion, you know, statement.
Yeah.
It's
Not
a
too
it's a
hard
neutral
on you.
color. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm open. I love colors, period. I have no judgment on what anybody wears as far as colors. I think that sometimes if we wear too much black or our whole wardrobe's black, what's going on with you? And my wardrobe's all that. No, my wardrobe is actually super colorful. But, men, they do a little bit different than women do. But, because they're guys. I'm sure that Jason isn't, has a whole lot of yellow shirts or a lot of other color shirts in your wardrobe.
Yeah, no, there's no yellow shirts.
Yeah. Or orange, maybe even.
Um, no, there's no orange. There's no red. I mean,
You
there
don't
I
have
have
any red?
one. I think I have one like, but it's not red
Well,
shirt.
and you saw what he wore for St. Patrick's Day. He wore a Christmas shirt. Yeah, that was the only green shirt he had. Like, okay, that worked. Didn't want to get pinched.
Yeah, but it's kind of dual holiday. I can wear it at Christmas time too, and it works.
Yeah.
But St. Patrick's Day.
Nice.
Um,
Patty.
no, I've gone through um like stages, I guess, of clothing, like when I was a punk rocker back in like the 80s, right? I wore a bright red jacket, that
Oh yeah.
had studs that were emblazoned on it, as a
Didn't,
statement,
yeah. Didn't
you
mom
know,
put those on your jacket?
what?
Didn't mom put those on your jacket for
No,
you?
I put them on.
Oh, you put them on.
I think my mom, our mom was like afraid, like just the whole thing.
Yeah.
But
Everyone? Yeah.
it's like the toughs, they would wear black leather, right, with studs on them and like all this, decorative metal. But to be really brave, to be like really unique, right? It's like, why not wear like a leisure suit with studs on it?
No, it'd be pretty funny right now.
uh yeah, well, I still have the jacket. Maybe I'll bust it out and
Can
parade
you
it
wear it
down.
still?
You know, my boyish figure is still intact,
Mm.
where I can, wear my old jackets, but will I? No.
I think we should have a fashion day on the beach. That sounds good. You and your old jackets.
Right? I should just show up,
Mm.
teaching a class or
Bring my
something.
camera. We'll take a bunch of weird pictures.
I'll show up at like my next
Be the wizard.
Bakersfield, class or something like that in my old punk rock jacket and just like, flip some lids. Um,
Yeah. I'll be like,
but
oh,
but
Jason,
but
that's
that was bright red, right? It was like scarlet red. And that idea of projecting passion,
yeah.
right? Of projecting um a love of that just that energy, being in that energy,
Yeah. It would
looking
be,
to be seen and making a statement. It's not so much as being taken seriously in that, but making a statement. Sometimes red can be a very bold choice for those who are looking to be seen in the world.
right.
You
I don't
know,
know. I've always worn red cowboy boots. Like, I met Richard, I had red cowboy boots on. I met,
when you met your husband, you
yeah,
you were wearing red
he's
cowboy
no
boots.
longer on the earth, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I had red cowboy boots on, and I wear red cowboy boots, and everybody's like, "Oh, I love those cowboy boots," but I've had several red pair of cowboy boots over the years, of course.
Right.
I've owned horses for my whole life, and so I have all these red cowboy boots. Yeah. So,
Interesting, like dating tip too. It's like if
oh
you're
yeah,
looking to attract your man,
yeah, and wear my red cowboy
red
boots.
cowboy boots.
Right. But no, it's I have a couple pair, and well, I have 3 pair, I think, right now. And maybe four, actually.
What
I
is it?
have a
Is
lot
it
of boots.
3 or
Yeah.
4?
Anyway, so yeah. But and then I saw another red pair the other day. Oh, I want those. Yeah. Yeah. So it's just funny.
What is it about red cowboy boots?
I have turquoise cowboy boots, some whites
Okay.
cowboy boots, green. I have a bunch.
But
And then
but
I
the
have like
red,
blackouts. So I have several black pair too.
but the red make you stand out though, as
Yeah.
far as like,
Um, well, I mean, they're the most comfortable boots. That's why I wear them.
all right.
They're,
Okay. All
they're
right.
they always the red boots have always been my most comfortable of all boots. And
Okay.
so that's why I wear them at the barn, because I'm walking 3 miles every day at the barn, going back and forth from doing chores and riding and doing all sorts of stuff. And so I get a lot of exercise and a lot of walking. So yeah.
All right.
I now monitor it on my phone, It's fun. But but yeah,
So
but
so
so
again,
get
like
red boots, do some walking.
therapy wise, right? It's
Therapy wise.
like
Well,
if someone is looking to again kind of like either stand out a little bit or to bring up a little bit more, that constructive passion into their life, then red is a good color to gravitate towards to,
mhm.
you, you
Well,
know.
I've always worn, and I've always had really striking shoes. Like I have boots from Spain, a couple pairs, and I pick up the blue from Sweden. You name it. I've completely, I like interesting shoes and boots, but um,
I'm learning something about you today.
you are.
Yeah, this is like deep, I feel like kind of like, so when did this obsession with shoes start to come into your life?
early, early. But I didn't really consider it, like being that different. It was just, like a fashion statement, like just being a little more comfortable and a little more pizzazz. So, because you can't really see yourself when you're walking around. But, and I hate to
You can
think,
see your feet though.
yeah, and well, and it's just that, if you don't wear some of your nicer things, sometimes, like somebody told me the other day, like on the turquoise boots, how come you're wearing those gorgeous turquoise boots at the barn? And it's like, well, if you don't wear them, they don't get worn if you don't actually put them on and wear them somewhere. So what? They're at the barn. They're okay. They're boots. So yeah. So yeah. Now I have to show the turquoise boots too.
Yeah, we'll post them, just do a fashion show of like,
Yeah.
your boots.
Yeah, I'll do those on the beach. You do the jackets, I'll do
I'll do the jacket, you do the shoes. Maybe we'll switch too, where I'm wearing the red boots and you're wearing the red punk jacket.
right, we can do that. Anyway, so yeah. So the thing is that well, there's a lot of red in there. And to whereas, that's maybe it's just I want to have a lot of energy when I'm at the barn. Maybe that's a subconscious thing. Maybe that's always been the subconscious thing is I want a lot of energy at the barn. I want to have a purpose. I want to have a strength. Because you have to be strong to be at a barn. I gotta, all those bags of grain and pellets and different things that you bring in, you know, all the shavings and stuff, you have to, you know, be able to move those around and you know, create with them. And horses are 1,200 pounds, you know, or more or less. And so you have to, you know, deal with them and their goofiness.
So red in the chakra,
Yeah.
in that realm,
Energy,
it's
passion.
root, it's your root chakra, right? And it's your core.
Yeah.
And in having a strong core, having
Yeah.
a relationship to the physical as well, you
Yeah.
know, to your
Yeah.
own physical
Physical being.
strength.
Yes.
Um, you know, that's muy importante.
Yes. So yes, we don't leave red out when, you know, we change its construct into a constructive behavior, not a, you know, not something that's, you know, you're going haywire because you're being overly sensitive or overly reactive.
Hmm.
You bring it back into balance. So
I'm
that's
reminded
what the chakra therapy does, and the colors.
I'm reminded of the strength card in the tarot, which is, you know, it's like the maiden and the lion, right? It's like one doesn't look to destroy the beast, you know, one looks to tame the beast, one looks to make friends with our that rawness, that energy, that you know, we look to harness it, to make it constructive, make it work for us, by giving it higher purpose, you know, giving it consciousness,
Mhm.
so that you know, it's not just like a blind rage, let's say, you know, that it has a a way of just harnessing it, so it you know, becomes that constructive part of what it is that, you know, we feel we can build in our life.
Yeah. Yeah, and I have those pictures, you know, I took lion and tiger training in real life. And you know, have all those photos with lions and tigers sitting
Mm-hmm.
on tigers and being with lions. And the thing is that, you know, there takes a lot of inner strength because you have to, you know, with cats and everything, you have to keep eye contact. You never let, you don't, it's not like you let your guard down, but you don't, you always stay very centered with them. This is what we're going to do.
Yeah, it takes focus, but that's like the great value of having someone who is, you know, knowledgeable as a practitioner, to to guide you in a therapy that you know, lets you see what you know you can work on, right? Who's
Yeah.
there to you know, be straight with you, to allow you your you know, perceived faults and all that,
Yeah.
and to and to work with it, right? So that you can
Mhm.
tame these things within you,
Name your beast. Yeah.
and really get to a place of excelling
Mhm.
in your life, and you know, to ultimately like balance, you know, like all of these points within that allow for our physical self to be aligned with our spiritual self. And you know, whatever, you know, if you're feeling like your third eye, your intuitive space, if that's like, you know, some people, they're getting too much information in, they're taking on, you know, too much, and it's they're not being focused, they're you know, letting that, like, you know, run their life. And again, like ground yourself, center yourself,
Mhm.
to be more rooted in that, is like you know, a powerful way of you know, doing this, this chakra therapy, the color therapy. um do you do like flashcards or something, like, okay, what does this color, you know, do for you, or anything like that? It's not quite that process, is it?
No, it's not that process. No, I just use it and go from there. You know, and I do a lot of it on the fly. because, that's what I do, is activate you how I feel that when I'm feeling at the time, how you need to be activated. We've already talked about like what you need to get over, what your blocks are. So, I make a lot of individual MP3s for everybody. So we're
Yeah.
always taping it. And so that you can listen to it over and over and over again. But yeah, so yeah, on my, yeah. Yeah, so I do the individual sessions, or, and like I have that one that's, that I'll start in a month or 2 months, I think, coming in to doing it once a month.
Yeah. Well, that's a value of programming too. It's like once you have like a, a, a way of, like a path to build on, as far as, when you know where it is that your strengths lie, where your weaknesses are, um, and you, as a practitioner, as you start to create a I guess affirmations, or a path that people can start healing themselves,
Yeah.
or they can start aligning themselves. They can start to maybe it's a visualization technique, every day, where it's like you can, if you need to calm yourself, it's like you can visualize certain colors, um, that that do the work of calming.
Right. Right. Do the work of calming, because maybe you just don't, a lot of times anyway, what I find is shamanically that you do, if you use like colors, or setting yourself in front of a stream, say, that you're looking at the stream, and in your mind's eye, not that you're sitting, you could be in, the middle of New York or somewhere. You're sitting at the stream in your mind's eye and hearing the water run, and it calms you. There's a calming in that, the water's running, you feel very peaceful, and then you get into that peaceful state of mind. And that's a lot of what can bring down your blood pressure, bring down all this trauma you're feeling, or a frustration. A lot of that sometimes is through visualization. And so the colors is just not making you think too much. You're just easily going into a color, and is making you feel good. It's
Mhm.
clicking you into your intellect. It's clicking you into your creativity. It's clicking you into your trust center. It's clicking you into your activation of your body to be in constructive movement. That's the sort of thing that it's doing. But
I,
yeah, whoever knew that I could talk for like 40 minutes straight, without really on these people, I just go with them. And so I just see kind of what you need, and as I go along. Yeah.
I think that's kind of the path of like energy work too, is it's like
Oh yeah.
there is no just set, like, or a factory setting for each and every one of us, because we have our unique settings, and finding a practitioner that can understand, that can read, what your frequency is, to tune into it, and to be helpful.
Yeah.
You know, what do you think of those LED lights that are light bulbs that you would, just kind of put into a regular fixture, and and you can change their color. You can change
Right.
like the color
Well,
that
all my kids do that. Yeah.
it's like, I I think those can be of value if you have a room that you feel is your little sanctuary,
Hmm.
it's like if you're wanting to, um empower yourself with a certain color, and just, as a therapy, as a reminder, as you just you place yourself in that environment, so that you can um, take it in, right? You can take in that sensation and, kind of create the environment that you want to operate in.
Yeah, Cheyenne does well, Cheyenne does that, but she also does a certain light therapy when you wake up in the morning, that
Mhm.
you always keep a little bit of a light on maybe, and that you have just where it's yeah, hold on, I gotta so what happens is you put on a light, those alarm clocks where it's a light, and so there's a lot of light that's in the room and maybe something turns on, maybe the lights turn on.
Is it bright light or like
No,
a
just
white
light.
light, or is it
It's just white light,
okay?
but it's something to do with, if you get that in the morning when you're waking up, it's easier for your brain to wake up and you're actually much more alert during the day.
Hmm.
So there's some kind of therapy with that. I mean, that she does. We can ask her more about it later. Yeah, because I'm not sure exactly what it is, because I don't usually need that, but she's really found that to be helpful in her life. Yeah, so she uses that.
So it's a she uses it in a therapeutic
Oh,
manner
it's all
so that she's
therapy.
just
Mhm.
more awake during the day, just more.
Well, feels alert in the morning. I mean, she just feels more like her day starting well.
Hmm, hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Are you a slow starter? Like in the
Uh,
morning?
well, I have dogs, and horses, so not usually, but yeah, yeah.
So farm life is like
Like they're
it
up
starts
early,
like that, right? It's like because
right? Everybody's out. Oh, you're awake, Mom. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
oh, I know. Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah.
we used to have a dog, Jasper, who would like he would hover over us as we were sleeping. He would hover, and any sign of life, that was his signal just to start like yapping and whining and just like it's breakfast time. Come on, get up, But he would wait. He would wait until there was that sign of life, and then it's just like sometimes I'd wake up and I just kind of felt his breath on my neck there. He was
Hey, there's Jasper.
just
Yeah.
ready.
Then you were to do for him. You get up right then and there and take him out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. But mine aren't that bad, but they're definitely when I'm up, they're up. Yeah. Showed a sign of life and they're ready to go.
Yeah. Are there um with color therapy and all, again, people can contact you through your website, right?
TerraInsight.com. How about you, Jason?
Well, I'm Jason D. McKean, Jason Jason. There's no Hollywood trick to it. There's a lot of like Y's and SENs and all that stuff. And it's like I'm like just kind of the original recipe, Jason. Jasond, as in
Dragon Lord.
Dragon Lord. That's why I
Yeah,
like purple, right?
yeah,
As I'm
yeah,
the
yeah.
Dragon Lord.
Yeah. Anyway,
McKean,
he's a cat.
McKean.com, and also on Facebook, Jason Terrell Wizard on Instagram.
Okay, and I'm Terra Insight. It's underscore insight on Terra and underscore insight on Instagram, and Terra Sutphen everywhere else. Sutphen.
That's a good one to have to like
Oh yeah, that one's
spell,
always,
right?
let's stumble over that one. I stumbled over it when I first saw it.
Yeah. So there's going to be a fashion show soon. Like you're
Oh,
going to like
yeah, that's right. Cowboy boots and jackets.
cowboy
I don't
boots
know if
and
it'd be
punk
on the
rock
beach,
jackets.
it'd be better maybe just in my backyard. How about in the
No,
middle of the
no,
street?
make a spectacle
I think should be out in
of
the
it,
street,
right?
middle of the
It's like,
street. You know, we
that's
took
the thing about
pictures.
red.
Jason and I took pictures. We had a meeting this week, and so we went out into the parking lot and took cute pictures. But we
Yeah,
could do that again.
no red cowboy boots and no red punk rock jackets.
No, no. So maybe that's the next meeting.
Well, it's part of our own color therapy. See that's how we have
Oh,
to
get up
frame
and
it,
go,
right?
get up and go. Right.
Right? It's like getting passionate about one's direction.
Right.
Um,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, gotta get passionate.
Any other aspect, any other words of wisdom in regards to, the benefits of aligning with color?
Well, well, it's the vibrancy of life. You know, we do want to open our eyes and see the life before us. Yeah. Be in tune. Be in tune with nature. You know, they say, like smell the flowers. It's true, being in alignment. Seeing the color of flowers, and right now it's spring, flowers are very bright, vibrant everywhere. It's like being in that vibrancy. It's important.
Yeah, it's like, if we need to turn up the dial on that, on the intensity of it, so that we're experiencing life in I do love that word, vibrancy, because it has it's like we're vibrating, right, at a certain frequency.
Mhm.
But we can appreciate it too, and we can, if we feel like we're missing something, then that's a signal to us um to do something about finding it, so that we can bring it back in, so that we don't feel like we're um that we're lost, that we're feeling whole. That's the name of the game.
It is.
It's
It's the name
it's
of the
feeling
game.
whole.
It's the name of the game to wake up and to feel our lives and to want to live every day in the best possible way. Because, everybody has like blows, where they have to, bills, or people say terrible things, or you're having to deal with, some kind of a mishap or accident or issues or diseases. I mean, we have all sorts of things that can really knock us off our feet. So we have to like really work at staying on our feet and to, create the lives we want. And, I say it's mind programming. Yeah. Trying to get into the mind programming. It's real easy. Just make a MP3s and then you go to sleep with them at night. And so you're not even doing them during the day. You're programming your mind at night,
Yeah.
embedding the suggestions into your brain. And so therefore, when you go for the donut, you actually go, I don't know. I'm kind of like, lettuce is sounding awfully good. I mean, you just kind of think in a little bit different way. I don't know so much lettuce, but it might be a green drink, or it might be something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just it's going to be something else besides, and then maybe it's a donut. And then you're gonna, with the donut, you're gonna then take a bunch of vitamins. That's what I usually do. Things like that. I don't know. I'm gonna cancel out that donut.
Oh, you don't do both? You don't like fill the hole with with the vitamins? It's like, yeah, I'm just gonna mix them.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I would mix them. Yeah. In my stomach.
Yeah, there you go. Well, thank you, Tara.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
That donut.
Lots of love. Yeah, I'm gonna go throw on my red jacket, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna
go get
go
it done.
go
Get
eat
a
a
donut.
donut now, and then eat a vitamin
Very good.
and call it a day. No, there's lots of stuff to do, and gonna be vibrant about it.
Right.
Get into the
Okay.
vibe.
Hey, so are you doing any classes?
Oh my God, I was just did like a whole slew of classes, but there's like a couple spots open for a Kundalini tarot activation abundance event that's online that I'm doing with a coworker Alaire on 420 April 20th, which one of my other colleagues pointed out it's a palindrome for 2024. So if you, it's the
Oh,
same forwards as it is backwards,
nice.
right?
Palindrome. Yeah, there you go.
Um, so there's a couple spaces open for that, and you can check it out. Go to either the Facebook Jason D. McKean or the Instagram Jason Tarot Wizard.
You don't have it on your website?
It's not on the website, no,
Okay.
but it's on the social medias. But you can get to the social medias through my website anyway. But that's mainly it as far as I
Yeah,
just got through like a bunch of classes and um yeah, so that's mainly it.
right. Yeah.
How about you?
Well, yeah, just sessions,
Sessions. Okay.
sessions, readings. You know, I'm traveling next week, so,
Right.
and I'm going to be traveling for a while. So
Don't forget to
maybe to
pack
Europe,
your
so,
red
but
cowboy
I
boots.
can do, yeah, I don't know. I don't, I don't usually take them because, I try to keep my packing to a minimum. I can live for a couple months out of not much, as long as there's a washer and dryer somewhere around.
Wear them on the plane. Wear them as your traveling boots.
Traveling boots.
See if like you attract the eye of like the pilot, who's walking by, just checking all the
Woo-hoo.
passengers and
Woo-hoo.
goes, "Well, hello, young lady."
Right. Howdy.
Yeah. Howdy. Howdy, little Philly.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you,
Okay.
Tara.
Lots of
Lots of
love.
love. Bye, everyone.
Yeah.